Hello everyone, it's Birdie here, the Recycled Hippie Chick for what? Hashtag Friday Flip Through. Okay, I have so much to tell you. First of all, I wanted to show you, remember Ricky Tikki Tavi got me this very fancy cup warmer. Today I'm trying it out. I'm having an espresso. But I wanted to try it out, and I wanted to show you my little lid. It says in the instructions to keep it at the optimal temperature, you need to put a little lid on it. So I just took a magazine cover, and this is my version of a circle, which did not turn out circular. It turned out oval, but I just slow stitched some scrap on it, and voila, I have a lid. So I wanted to show you that. I'm so proud of it. Depending on what my mood is that day, if I'm into sunflowers or whatever, or if I'm into tiny little forget-me-nots, I just flip it over. So I wanted to show you that. Thank you again, Ricky. Love, love, love it. Nespresso, you should pay me to be your spokesperson. Okay, scoot that out of the way. I don't want to bump you, but I'm going to have to move my cord because I have my phone plugged in. And I did bump you. Sorry. Okay, so I'm on my Friday flip-throughs. I'm going down the line from the first journal on up to where I'm at now. My second journal in life was actually an altered book. No one told me about the crocodile mouth or alligator mouth or wide frog mouth. I don't know what it's called, but I achieved it on this one. So my story is, well, first let me show you this cute little journal that I had went out before I realized I should make something out of nothing. I went out and bought a journal. You know what? Actually, I don't think I bought it for art journaling. I think I bought it to keep my time in because it was just plain papers in my gardening truck, and it didn't work for me, so it was just laying around the house. But it kind of had a leather cover, and so I decided I would make that my altered book. Sorry about the light. It's afternoon, and this ring light is probably going to be glary. Let me tell you, this is the first mistake I made. I put the cover on backwards. So this is the way it goes. My cover had fallen off because my pages were so wide and huge, and I had to mend it and put it back on and put it back on backwards. So let me tell you my little story in which Miss Moss Cottage, who, thank you for subscribing to my videos. I saw that she subscribed to my videos, so I popped her name and it showed me that she did videos also. So I was going and looking at her videos, and I looked at her final hashtag Friday flip through and realized that Christina started this ages ago. I remember way back when watching Christina's video on a book that she did in school on, like, what was it called? I think I wrote it down. Mommy Care, her Mommy Care book. It never hit me that that was a hashtag Friday flip through. So I'm a little slow, but I'm catching on. So this has been going on for quite a while. Okay, then Miss Moss Cottage was saying that she got started watching Shannon Green. Oh my gosh, so did I. I mean, I think the very first thing I watched Shannon Green way back when she first started, when she wasn't even an art journal. She was just a crafty girl. And then when she got up to the journaling by fives, I attempted that, and that hooked me to the journaling. Well, after, also I want to stay on Miss Moss Cottage for a minute. she was talking about, I am amazed at how each one of you people, I'm finding something I have in common with. Miss Moss Cottage, I'm realizing we have glamping in common. Miss Moss Cottage, you need to go back in my videos and look at my little glamper, my little itty bitty. I did a little tour of it. I love to go glamping. Love, love, love it. So we have that in common. We have Shannon Green in common. But each one of you, I find something that I have something so in common with that it just attaches you to me. So anyway, let me get on with my flip through. After Shannon Green, I found a lady called Lori Marie Jenkins. That's all I watched ever was Lori Marie Jenkins. Clear through this entire book is Lori Marie Jenkins inspired. This entire book is Lori Marie Jenkins. Well, we'll have to figure out where that one goes. I would watch her video and I would take inspiration and I would try to create my own. So here we go. This is actually an altered book. I didn't realize, junk journal, altered book, all the different species of them. But when I start pulling this stuff out, I realize I've done an altered book. My first one was an altered book also because I hadn't started making my own signatures yet. I was just gluing pages together and art journaling in it. I attempted at one time to do faces and people. Didn't work out for me. It says, let go and let God take control. Peace. When you let go of the negative, you make room for something positive. Why do you cling to pain? I said. Just let go. This was in 2016. I actually started in 15, but each page was a different date. I don't know. There may be some 2015s back here. This took me several years to do. This girl's face was not meant to look evil. I'm not very gifted in faces. Maybe through this journey of art journaling, I will improve. This one says harmony, and I just journaled a little bit over at the side. Attempted, to draw flowers. I'm not much of a drawer. See, another attempt at making a girl. Now, this little page here, I can feel I had experimented with encaustics. It's covered with wax. I had experimented with encaustics and have no desire. A little bingo card here. Another girl was inspired by Kelly Ray Roberts. So I attempted a girl again. I keep trying it, but not my thing. It's okay to be silly. I should stand up so I can see when the pages are glared. Just different images that I see in a magazine or an old book that excite me, and I want to see them. So I tear them out and put them in my journal. Another attempt. I kind of like this one, actually. I really am kind of proud of her little eyes since I have no clue as to what I'm doing. But I was kind of proud of myself. This one here was colored pencils. And I was attempting to get the shading right and such because, I have no training on that at all. So I feel like I'm a little proud of that one. A little robin on a teacup over here. Create your happiness, I said. Little glamper. I'm all about the vintage campers. All about it. This one here was when she started showing you how you could mute things down with gesso. And I obviously didn't catch it very well because I am so upset that I screwed up this image. This image, when I glued it on to my background, stood out like a sore thumb because you could see the edges. So I tried to throw some gesso on there to blend it in, and it made it disappear. So these are things you just learn from. This one here was where she was teaching me how to do negative. Is that right? Negative space, where you color. The whole page was covered in napkins and collage, and then I painted black around everything that wasn't a picture. I think that's creating, working with negative space. I did this on voting day. I went and voted, and I felt patriotic, so I came home and did this page. I just love my little turtles. If any of you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you see all my turtles in my yard that I post pictures of. Sometimes you just like a background and you just don't want to put a focal on it. That's kind of what I did here. I just love these teeny weeny. Oh, I just love little pictures. But it's amazing how I would watch Lori Marie do her page, and then I would attempt it. This just tells you that poultry goes way back in my family. It's a barn stall full of turkeys. It just shows you when you try to follow somebody like Lori Marie and you try to do what they're doing, it always turns out completely different because you truly are just taking their inspiration and it's turning into your own. My style has changed, I would say. I mean, I can see my journaling by fives in the background because really Lori Marie and Shannon both do the collage, stamp, stencil, paint, you know, those journaling by five steps. I've gotten way grungier over the years, although I can see grunge in here. But I do a lot less of just the focal points nowadays. And this was kind of cool. She taught me how to fold, take a paper. This took a couple pages. One page, you just do your background on. And then the next page, you fold it, you know, and turn it into a pocket. And this is a pocket also going the other way. This pocket goes up, and this pocket goes down. But I just love this image on here, so I leave her available. This one, Lori Marie Jenkins was teaching me how to paint over things and then drop alcohol on it and watching it splatter, watching it separate the paint. That's what that background is. Oh, I'm remembering some of this stuff. It amazes me. And then this one, she taught me how to make a pocket in the, in the middle. It's just got a bunch of little pictures in it. And then she glazes over her pages sometimes, so I was attempting that with a different color. Not sure I'm a crazy fan of it, but I was attempting everything she was teaching me. Now, this is where she used several pages. She did a background on both pages, And then she would take a book and she would fold it into a small one, or page, another page, a little taller, 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 till she had this. This took 6 pages to do this. And both sides you'll have 3 pockets. I haven't put anything in the top one. It must probably be where this one came from. That's cool. I need to use that one again. This one here was kind of another negative space. You do your entire background, and then she was cutting out circles of cloth and laying them on there, and then going back over all of it with gesso, and when you peel the cloth off, you had these exposed circles. So I tried that. I keep thinking that's a pocket, and it's just not. I love chickens, and I love eggs. And if I happen to get rid of this last goat, I may go back to chickens, but I don't know. This one here, we watched someone else do, and my daughter actually did this one, where it's showing you how to do the different layers of circles on, you know, and she did that one, and I loved it, and she never took it home, so I put it in my journal. When you glue pages together, it's kind of hard to tell if something's stuck together or if you just haven't turned the page. Inside me, there's a skinny woman trying to get out. This is where she showed me how to put a napkin on. This is probably one of the first times. I don't know. This book is probably... No, I put one in the other one. Nope, I can't say that this is the first time I used a napkin. I inserted this one because this is part of the book that's 2 pages that have been cut short. And then this one here is a map that I have sandwiched in between those and glued in. Another napkin. I just love mushrooms. Love, love, love mushrooms. One day I'm going to make my own book of mushrooms. I have taken so many pictures of mushrooms in my customers' yards that I probably have 400 pictures of mushrooms. And I would love to make my own coffee table book one day if I ever get technological and could figure that out. I would love to do that. Oh, this is I cut the page short again and sandwiched in a McDonald's fry wrapper. I don't have a tag. I bet that's where that other tag. I bet that's where this tag comes from. We're going to put this tag in there. Now this page here is the one where she showed me how to, of course she used something called acetate, I think. Mine is just packaging. You know how stencils come stuck on a piece of sheet of plastic? I just took my stencil sheet and made a window. She taught me how to take 2 pages and sandwich your plastic in between them and build a window out of it. So that's what that is. Lori Marie she collages odd pictures together, and I tried to keep up with her, but it really just isn't my thing. I'm more into, you know, chickens and ladybugs and mushrooms, and it's beautiful that that's her thing, and this brings me memories of her teaching me how to alter a book, but eventually I just didn't do that on my own. You learn things, and then you just kind of, you evolve into your own artist. This is my mom. This was her birthday that I did this one. It says, "Happy birthday, Mom." And this is a picture of her at work. She showed up for her boss in a hula skirt and maracas one day at work to wish him a happy birthday. My mom had such personality. And here's another year she showed up in curlers and her house coat and brought him a little cake. Yep, my mom was a hoot. It says, happy birthday, Mama. I wish you could see the glittery gold spray I have on there. I love it. Anyway, the end. That's the end of my journal number 2 for hashtag Friday Flip Through. And I will put that in the title. I'm learning you need to put it in the title. And I don't know if, since I mentioned Lori Marie Jenkins, yes, I will. I will link her in the bottom so that she can see that, I talked about her. Oh, also, Miss Moss Cottage, you and I, we are both, she said something in quotes. She said, we are crafty weed eaters. Yes, we are. And we do need to have our own group. And we should show each other our weeds in the summer and do videos on that. I'm going to take you guys on my journey. I'll mention like crafty weed eaters in the title each time. And that way, if you're not interested in the weed eating, you can just go on to something else. But I want to learn, like Ricky is doing, I want to learn how to do my own blends of teas. You know, when you're drinking weeds, they're not always palatable. But I'm thinking if I do some dehydrating of some strawberries chunks and apple chunks or different things like that, that maybe I can put cinnamon in it, I could flavor my weeds and make something yummy. Also, I wish all of you had Marco Polo. Have you heard of that app called Marco Polo, where it's kind of like a walkie-talkie? You can talk to somebody and they see you when they look at it. They look at it at their convenience and they answer you at their convenience. But they're actually watching you talk on the little screen. We could all talk so much behind the scenes about other things that we want to just talk to that person about, ask a question. Let's say I wanted to contact Miss Moss. I call her Miss Moss. I know it's Moss Cottage. And say, oh my gosh, you're a glamper. Let's talk about glamping. Or, hey, Ricky, you're into tea too. Let's talk about our homemade teas. We could contact each other behind the scenes. And Arlene, 100 times I've wanted to say, what kind of comic books do you like? Because I'm at a estate sale or something and I see them and I don't want to send you something if it's not something you're into. So we can Marco Polo each other. I just think we should all have the app. Anyway, tomorrow and Sunday are supposed to be in the high 50s and 60s here in Kansas. So I'm taking my filming tripod down and I'm taking it out to the art room and I'm going to spend the weekend out there and see if I can't make a couple videos. I know I haven't showed my slow stitch yet. I think I'm going to do that on Sunday. I'm on week number 2 of finishing my slow stitch a square. And I don't know what else I wanted to do. And I just want to play in an art journal. So we'll see what we can get done this weekend, okay? Have a great Friday night. Stay warm and be happy. Bye-bye from Birdie.